5.5 FM. We over here having a good time, just so y'all know and understand. We have great vibes on the show.
Yes, we do.
So I'm real happy about that. We do have 2 guests in the building.
Okay.
We got Big Stone and Little Stone.
The Stone family.
The Stone family is in the building. You want to say hi? You want to say hi on the radio?
Say something.
Pressuring him.
We gonna get him on.
No,
there,
this remind me of when my mother back in the day used to have
Made you
people come
dance?
over. Yeah. Quit saying that song like you. I want soon and very soon.
Yo.
See the king. I couldn't stand it.
I used to have so much fun doing that because then I got to see my father thinking he a little OG. And he be sitting there to deuce like y'all don't even understand.
No.
Like to this day, my father be like, "Yo, I'm still deuce. We ride it time," and I'm like, "Daddy, you like 60? Please stop saying that out loud."
Are you afraid you're gonna be like that though? Are you afraid you're gonna be like the old person still trying to like hold on to it?
I really hope I'm not.
Yeah, I think I am.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I'm gonna be in my fashion mode since I just found my voice in it. Okay. I might be doing that, but I won't be.
And you look good today, Bawse.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture. We're gonna put it up there, your outfit, because the buttons and the shoes is going, and the
I finally did that.
All right.
Oh, so what else are we gonna talk about today? Do we want to talk a little more about the hoodie situation?
No, I actually got something because we beat that.
Okay.
It's dumb. Even the people who are for it know it's dumb. So it's just about giving them more control. That's all.
Yeah,
more control.
How do we take that back?
Well, for things that we're doing, such as like the Candidate of Color Forum, where where the candidates understand how it feels to be like us or like a person of color, and that's why when we say person of color, everybody automatically thinks black. No, we're talking Asian, Spanish, a Caribbean, and any. I mean, we got people. We want people to be representing DJ Smooth Spinner. We got.
London.
What are you, Spinner? What are you?
He said, "What are you?"
Yeah, because I don't want to. I don't want to say Londonese if you're not Londonese folk. So.
Oh, you mean that?
Yeah. See, I said, "What are you?" He don't even know. Like, I don't.
Like, what are you? I'm a man.
I don't know.
I'm like Zimbabwean American.
Okay,
that's what it is. All right, so I have a question before you go forward, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So people know that I don't like the term people of color, right?
Yeah.
So in talking with you today in my history class that I am taking, they talk about people of color did this and this is what happened to them. So those people of color that they were talking about were who? In history, I just want to get a little backstory on it. So in history, people of color were always what?
Black.
Okay. So why today is it people of color, everything in the rainbow? But when we were coming up, when our ancestors were coming up, people of color were always just black people who got the what is it? The blackface.
Yep.
They had all of the TV shows. We were the spectacles of looking at our breasts and our boobs and all of this stuff. It was always just black people.
Right.
So how is it now everything is Spanish is black and everything else is black too now? I don't understand.
All right, so this is an easy one because because it used to be Europeans against black people. That's what it was. That's how it was in America. You were either black or white, and if you were black, you were treated like a second-class citizen. And there were Spanish people here. There were other ethnicities here, but they really were not the focal point. But now America as a country is becoming more diverse. So now these people who are Spanish, who are growing in what's that word? Growing in population or whatever. Yep. They're growing. Asian people are growing. Now it's like we have to know what sides we're on. Are we with the black people or are we with the Europeans? And
so it's black and white again.
Yes, it's black and white.
So it's cool again to be black. Is what I'm hearing. It's cool again to be black because there's so much going on where people can jump on bandwagons.
Okay, you know what though? What I'm learning? So my daughter, she's a quarter of Spanish. So her mother her mother is half Spanish and half black.
Okay.
But what I noticed from my oldest daughter's family, they all like are dating either light skinned Spanish or white men or white people. Mm-hmm. Never any black people. So I was like, with the exception of me, I was like one of the ones they let in. So I was like, why is that? And then I started watching this show, Jane the Virgin.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a show. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
It's crazy. I'm gonna have to Google it.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. But her too. She like dates like only white dudes, and I was like, I thought Spanish women and black men were in style ever since Ja Rule and Jennifer Lopez. So what's going on? I started to look into it, and someone told me, hey, there's like black Spanish people and white Spanish people too, and a lot of the white Spanish people don't like black Spanish people. That's why they only date white people. Yeah. Here, I didn't know that.
I mean, it's always been like that, but it's always been black and white. Now everything is in black now. Yep. Like you're Spanish, you're black. You're
and that's why
Ethiopian, you're black now. Like everything. Yep. But it's like I don't get it.
It's how you're treated in this country. When you get
Spanish aren't treated like blacks though.
By police? You don't think so?
No. Go to Arizona.
Darius, what do you think Spanish people are treated like? And I'm not talking about in Worcester. I'm talking about in general.
As much as I want to say nah, I kind of have to say yeah, they kind of are, and it's not like I disagree heavily with what with what goes on out here, but it's kind of a proven fact. Hispanic people are treated like black people out here nowadays.
Yeah, when you get pulled over by a police officer.
But was it like that 5 years ago? Was it like that 5 years ago before Trayvon happened? Before the Eric Gardner happened? Before Ferguson happened? Was it like that before then? I think once Trayvon Martin happened, everybody that wasn't white got put into the category of black. So everything was up. But prior to that, it wasn't like that.
Okay, so let me first, before answering your question, let me say, not all white people are racist.
I didn't say racist. I didn't use that word at all. No, but I didn't say racist.
I'm not saying it for you. I'm not saying it to correct you. I'm saying it for me. Because what I'm about to say is going to, what I'm about to say, it needs to be said that. So not all white people are racist, but when you are a racist white person, you are higher than any other race. Mm-hmm. You will treat an Asian person like trash when you pull them over. You will treat a Spanish person. You will treat anyone with less respect than another fellow white person. Historically, racism with Europeans or whatever have gotten so bad that they look at Hitler. Anybody, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Look at he was brown head, brown eyes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you hate brown so much that anything other than that, even on white people was a problem. Mm-hmm. So not all white people are racist, but that's how black people didn't say, hey, y'all come join our side because we are the winning team. They other ethnicities got put alongside with black people because racist white people hate everyone but white.
Okay. I can see.
All right, so let's get off this real quick. Because I don't like talking about race. Gets me angry.
I wasn't talking about because I don't do the racist like I can because you'll be here all day for the rest of your life.
And you know what it does too? Because my wife is white, so it's like if we talk about race and I go home angry, and I walk in the house and she's like, "I bought you some grape soda." I say, "What the hell you brought me that for?"
Is it because I'm black?
Yeah. So then
don't give me no watermelon.
Yeah.
But
right. See? I'll be mad too that she got watermelon. I'll take it and eat it though, but I'll be mad. Give me that. Power to the people. This is good. This is right.
I'm done.
Okay, no. So let's please get off the subject. Okay, so I'm a preacher.
Yes, you are.
If you saw me, if you were a member of my congregation, and on Halloween you were going to Honey Farms to pick up some salt and vinegar chips. And you saw me with my grandchild or with my daughter trick-or-treating
in a costume,
and I was in a costume too. I was in a Shrek costume or something, and then my daughter was in like a Frozen costume. How would you feel about that?
Because the Bible states Halloween is the devil's day, right?
Where in the Bible does it state that?
Well, something in there.
Okay.
Well, it's not. Well, the way that people I know say it is that it's a devilish day. Is that what it is? Devilish?
Yeah, it's a devil's holiday. It's like a pagan holiday. They said that's how it started.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do Halloween anyway.
Yeah.
So I would probably look at you kind of funny.
You Southern, so I understand.
You better leave me alone.
I know.
But I probably would. I probably wouldn't go back to your church.
Really?
Wow. I probably wouldn't.
Darius, how?
I probably wouldn't.
And Spinner.
I probably wouldn't.
I'm preaching.
So I'd be like, you're a hypocrite.
All right, I'm preaching on Sunday. I'm telling you to accept everybody without approving of what they do. We are all human. We all love each other.
Look,
and I want you to go out in love and destroy that pride inside of you. Pride is the root of all evil. Pride will destroy, kill, and murder. Satan's number one weapon is pride. And you saw me that night. And you saw me Saturday night on Halloween, October 31st, trick-or-treating in a costume. How would you feel about that?
It depends. What costume you're wearing?
A Tom Brady outfit with
Tom Brady.
A Tom Brady with the helmet on. Patriots are winning, by the way. If anyone wants to know.
Because for me, it's not. Well, it took me a long time to accept Halloween.
Okay.
I mean, I come from Africa, so if
you don't do Halloween either.
If you're gonna be walking around dressed like a witch, you
asking for problems.
You asking for trouble. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I read something the other day. A church. It's actually in a church. They had all the kids dressed up as what they want to be when they grow up. Mm-hmm. Like the kind of career they want to. Mm-hmm. I thought that was kind of a positive spin to the whole, goblins and devil stuff.
So how would you feel?
Like I said, I mean, if you're dressed in a Tom Brady
suit, like they winning.
Would you be going to church next Sunday?
Even though I support the Pats, but yeah, I would. I would support that. I mean, if you dressed up as angels and stuff like that.
Okay.
And not in a mocking way.
All right, Brother Darius. Now, even though I stand at the pulpit, I want you to understand that I am no better than you are, sir. We all are human and we all come in and live in a sinful world. Therefore, we all are capable of making mistakes, but we are free by the blood of Jesus Christ. We are saved in the name of Jesus, sir. So whatever it is that you have in your past, you can let go of it. It is paid for by the blood. And then you see me Saturday night taking my daughter out trick-or-treating. How would you come back to church the next Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a no-brainer. I mean, first off, Halloween may be a devil's day, but it's also for the kids too.
What is it for the kids?
I was with you until you said that too.
How many days do we have to spend time walking around wearing
300? You don't need to wear nothing to be with your kids. Go ahead.
To celebrate something that they actually like. For example, little man here wants to go as a Power Ranger. As much as I hate to see the Power Rangers now, him blowing up my Netflix and all with Power Rangers, this is the one time he gets to actually be a Power Ranger.
Why can't he be a Power Ranger November 1st?
Because if he beats a Power Ranger November 1st, he's going to want to start whipping out little toy guns. And we know what happened with our boy with the toy gun. I'm not trying to bring it back to the negative. So
the Power Rangers don't have guns.
They kind of
do. They do.
Do they?
They have little blasters.
Is that the new one?
No, even the first season they had little blasters. They have blasters the first season.
Like, on another note, he's been a pirate. He's been a ninja at one point. He's actually harassed me about the ninja thing. But kids like Halloween. I support my kid in any way. And if you want to go on a comic side, it's probably the one day you get to wear a mask and not get arrested.
That's not true either.
It's kind of true.
Not really.
If you're a black person,
not really.
Boss. You know, this is the first time I ever said this, boss. You know why I love you? This is why I love you, and I do. I really, from the bottom of my heart, this is why I love you. You so remind me of my mother about a lot of the annoying aspects, because she's so Southern too, and she like to go out trick or treating. They used to work. Her and my father used to work both 2 jobs. So while they were working, we used to take cooking oil and put it all over us, and then splash powder over us so it would stick to us, tear our white t-shirts up, and we would go trick-or-treating as zombies. We did that every year to go trick-or-treating, and my mother to this day doesn't agree with trick-or-treating.
I don't see. My thing is, I'm not dressing my babies up.
Okay.
I'm not.
Not as butterflies.
Nothing.
Okay.
You're not getting dressed up. You can put on regular clothes.
All right.
Put on some play clothes, and you good.
Okay.
I'm not having them go next door and knocking on people's doors to get candy. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Because one, I know some people are not right in the head.
Okay.
Like I know when I was coming up, there was a gentleman who would put razors in the candies.
Okay.
There was drugs in the candy.
They warned about that too. Ecstasy pills that look like
because now they're gummy bears.
I've seen it on Facebook.
Now there's some gummy bears that they're doing, and it's like, really? So my kids will never in life go trick or treating. Mommy will buy you anything that you want, but you are not going door to door for nothing. See, even if it's people I know, I'm not doing it.
Okay, so what if it was a Halloween party at like Skylight or something? You wouldn't let them go? So it has nothing to do with the dangers of candy. It just has to do with the spiritual part of it.
No, it's just the fact I don't condone. Like I don't understand. I don't get the point of you dressing up.
Okay, Southerner. Southerners, when you explain, you know how I know you're Southern? When you explain something to them and it makes sense, they go like this. I don't care. I still don't want to do it. That's how they are. That's how Southern. That's how a lot of Southerners are. My family's from the South, Red Springs, North Carolina. Shout out.
I love y'all, but like it. Like there's no reason for you to dress up as man. You better read a book.
Okay, so so here's the thing about Halloween. I don't believe there are any Satanists who wake up in the morning like it's Halloween.
Right.
Okay, maybe I don't know, but here's the thing. I don't believe that all of them kids, not one child.
Okay.
I don't believe one child wakes up in the morning and says, "Happy birthday, Satan." Not one child. What they say is, I want to dress up as a Power Ranger or Superman or Jesus. Some kids want to even dress up as white Jesus. And then they say, I want to go trick or treat and I want to go get candy. And guess what? When that candy comes and I'm like, let your father check it to make sure it's safe, I'm going in.
Preach.
The last thing I'm thinking about.
Buy yourself some candy.
I'm just saying, I mean, you can, that's right. But you know free is better than paying for it. So the last thing I'm thinking about.
Well, if you got me as your mama,
I'm just saying for a religious standpoint. Because some people are legalistic.
Okay.
And you don't sound legalistic, even though I think you are.
Really?
You are. You legalistic on a lot of things.
Really?
I just said I love you, but you're really legalistic on a lot of things. But boss, this is what I'm saying. When you go and you go in to get candy and your kids come home and they have fun and you take all the little pictures. Like my wife was like one of them dudes from Duck Dynasty and they were Christians. She had the beard and the camouflage and the paint on her face like she was going to go duck hunting. And that's what she was for Halloween. So if your heart, the Lord knows your heart. And he knows that their hearts are not behind anything to celebrate anything that has to do with Satan. They're not for wearing any demonic outfits or doing anything demonic to people. At the same time, I know that if I have because I'm a preacher, not a pastor. The difference between a preacher and a pastor is nothing except for the fact that a pastor has a congregation in a building. A preacher does not. A preacher just goes place to place, preaches. So when I get a congregation and I get I will not do it because I know there are a lot of people who it troubles their spirit to know that their pastor is doing it. So that's why I wouldn't do it. That's the only reason why. All right?
I mean, I got you.
All right. So I'm glad
you are listening to the Positive Impact Show.
Flavor 105.5 FM.
Spinner, take us out.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm not going to your church now.
Yeah, you really
will.